Tennis fans on social media have condemned Wilander, a three-time Australian Open champion now commentating for Eurosport, as short-sighted and irresponsible for backing tournament bosses to prepare faster courts for the Swiss superstar. "If I was a tournament director, I would speed up the court so Roger Federer can play for 3 or 4 more years. He is probably the best thing in professional sports," Wilander said. Grumblings of perceived favorable treatment for Federer reached fever pitch after Open directors opted to invoke the extreme heat policy and shut the retractable roof at Melbourne Park for Sunday night's final. Finally, even Federer admitted he was surprised at the decision. Fed's irresistible case for sport's greatest ever. All 20 of Federer's Grand Slam wins in picturesque Roger Federer's ridiculous list of records, but he denied gaining an unfair advantage playing in air-conditioned comfort on Rod Laver Arena. "I wasn't sure if it was good for me or not, to play under the roof or not," Federer said after his 6-2, 6-7, 5-7, 6-3, 3-6, 6-1 victory over Marin Cilic. "Of course, I backed myself in sort of indoor conditions. This is where my first success ever came. I do think back that usually when I play indoors, it's good for me, but I didn't mind the heat, to be honest. I thought maybe for a bigger guy like Marin, maybe it's also going to slow him down faster throughout the match. At the end, it's not my decision." I was surprised to hear they had the heat rule in place for a night match. "I never heard that before." The GOAT, the bad and the ugly, best and worst of the Open. Federer and Cilic after the Australian Open final. VR, greater than source, Getty Images. Half an hour before we got the word that it's going to be indoors. "For me, it doesn't change anything in the preparation, to be honest. I was ready for either." Cilic said he practiced in the Melbourne heat to prepare for the match, calling it very, very difficult to adjust when organizers made the late call. "Throughout the tournament I played all my matches outdoors, also preparing for a hot day," the Croat said. "To play with the roof closed, it's difficult." That decision, could it have been different? I guess so. "They didn't ask me. It was way cooler than I expected." The decision was slammed by, among others, Australian great Pat Cash, who tweeted, "With the temperature just above 37 degrees as the match began at 7:30 p.m., the decision ran counter to the tournament's previous practice." While ultimately a decision for tournament referee Wayne McEwen, the stated policy required both the ambient temperature to be above 40 degrees and a wet bulb globe temperature, WBGT, above 32.5 degrees. The ambient temperature peaked at 37.7 degrees 1 hour out from the start of the final. Bureau of Meteorology figures said the WBGT shade temperature was just 26.9 at 8 p.m., well short of the threshold for closing the roof. A statement from tournament organizers said the reading of 32.7 degrees was registered at 6:30 p.m., though it's understood that reading was taken in the sun, with the final to be staged under shade. Novak Djokovic and Gael Monfils complained after struggling through their second-round match in blazing 39-degree heat, while other players and commentators called for more protection. Open organizers have pledged to review the policy before the 2019